Chairperson of the 2022 African Development Bank Group Annual Meetings, Your Excellency Akiwumi Adesina, President of the African Development Bank Group, fellow governors, the Secretary General of the African Development Bank Group, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to address the annual meetings of the African Development Bank as Governor representing the Republic of Malawi. I would like to preface my statement by extending our gratitude to the government of Ghana and indeed the African Development Bank Secretariat for the excellent facilities accorded to me and my delegation as we are participating in the 2022 annual meetings. We are meeting in this great country, Ghana, that has been the epitome of Pan-Africanism. Our 2022 annual meetings are being held amidst very challenging socio-economic and political environments that are negatively affecting most African countries, Malawi inclusive. In terms of worsening terms of trade, low human capital development, and indeed human conflict. First was the problems of COVID-19 pandemic, which has seen reduced economic activities on the continent, including Malawi. And as if this was not enough, many countries, including Malawi, experienced climatic shocks, including the catastrophic cyclone Ana, which has reduced our GDP by $200 million. As we are arguing these shocks, came the conflict in the Eastern Europe, as has seen unprecedented rises in fuel and food prices across the continent. All these shocks are coming when the level of economic growth on the continent is going down and domestic revenue mobilization is also shrinking, and yet expenditures cannot be reduced as most of them are compulsory or statutory. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the above shocks, if not properly hedged against, have the potential to reverse the gains that have been registered by members of the bank over the last decade in reducing poverty, job creation, and environmental management. In addition to the external shocks, the other major problem facing most of the African countries is the question of debt sustainability. As we speak, most of our economies are burdened by high debt levels, and most of our domestic revenues are redirected towards debt servicing as opposed to investment in human capital development. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the role of the African Development Bank cannot be overemphasized. The bank needs to support its member countries to address the food crisis arising from the logistics disruptions because of the war in the Eastern Europe. The cost of fuel, fertilizers, and general food imports means that most of our budgets will not be adequate to support provisions of such services to our population. In view of the negative external shocks, it would not be a mistake if I can join my colleagues by appealing to our G7 members of the bank if they can release some of their SDR resources through the ADF to help them cushion livelihoods. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, amidst this crisis, I am aware that the African Development Bank has been working swiftly to find innovative solutions to our challenges. I wish to acknowledge the efforts around the African Financial Sustainability Mechanisms, which is being championed by the bank. We look forward to a quick finalization of this great initiative. And secondly, I also wish to acknowledge the efforts around finding solutions toward the food crisis which has been triggered by the war in Eastern Europe. As the bank is finalizing replenishment of the ADF, I wish to call upon the bank to intensify its efforts in mobilizing more resources for this life-saving fund for many of us. As ADF countries, we continue to rely on the successful replenishment of the ADF to finance our growth and job agenda, and we hope that the bank can increase the size of the ADF. And in order to cement this point, I would like to join fellow governors in supporting the bank to let the ADF go to the capital markets to leverage more resources which would be available to ADF countries. Your Excellency, in closing, I wish to appeal to fellow governors and the bank for quick solutions that will help our countries protect basic services that are under threat because of the numerous global and external shocks. I thank you for your kind attention, and may God bless all of us. Thank you.